Good morning, children, and a very bright good morning to all of you, my dear children. So, children, we have finished our PT1 syllabus. We have finished all the 3 chapters. So, today I'll be doing a recapitulation of the first chapter. I'll just explain you the important concepts once more, and I'll do a recap of the first chapter. So, are you all ready? So, children, all of you take out your textbook and take out lesson number 1. And you remember what is lesson number 1? Lesson number 1 is explorations, discoveries and inventions. Before we go and begin our recapitulation, children, you remember what is today's date? Today's date is 25th of June 2020. Okay. So children, all of you take out your textbook and take out lesson number 1. What is the name of the lesson, children? The name of the lesson is Explorations, Discoveries and Inventions. That is lesson number 1. Then we come to the first important topic, which is explorations. And what is explorations? If you all remember, when people travel to unknown areas, they learn about them. Searching for a place or finding out more about an unknown place is called exploration. So what is exploration, children? When people in the past, they traveled to various unknown areas, okay, and they tried to learn about the various places. Searching for a place or finding out more about such an unknown place is called an exploration. And those people who go to find those places are called explorers. Okay, children, now let's see some of the important explorers. We have, children, 4 important explorers are given in book. Vasco da Gama, what did he do? He was the first European to discover a sea route to reach India from Europe. So what did he do? He was the first European who discovered a sea route to reach India from Europe. Then we have Alexandrine Tine. She explored the path followed by River Nile in Africa for the first time. What did Alexandrine do? She explored the path followed by River Nile in Africa for the first time. Then we have Ferdinand Magellan. He was the first person who went around the entire world. Now Ferdinand Magellan, what did he do? He was the first person who went around the entire world. And then we have Yuri Gagarin. I hope you all remember who Yuri Gagarin was. He was the first person to travel to space. So now you can see these all persons are always the first person, and that's why they are explorers. They have explored many places, and Yuri Gagarin was the first person to travel to space. So they are known as explorers, and these are very famous explorers. Then children, we have discoveries. Now what are discoveries? What do you mean by discoveries? Discoveries are made in every field. Finding or learning about something that no one knows about is called a discovery. Now to find out something which is already there is known as discovery. Okay, it's already there, but till now no one has found out. When someone finds it out, it's known as discovery. Like we have the discovery of fire. Okay, it's a discovery because it's already there, but someone has not found it. Then we have discovery of fingerprint. Okay, fingerprints we all have in our fingers, but it was not before, it was not found. When people found out, when discovered, it's called a discovery. Because it's, why discovery? Because it's already there, but it was not known. Then next, children, we have, so these are the various fingerprints of people, and this is also a discovery. Then next, children, we have inventions. What are inventions? All tools and machines are examples of inventions. They generally make our lives easier. They help us to complete our work faster. Some important inventions are as follows. So what are inventions? Inventions are all tools and machines. Okay, now tools and machines, these are all made by men. Why? To make our lives easier, and this is known as invention. And why inventions are made? They help us to complete our work faster. All machines, various tools which are made by human beings, which help our lives to be more easy and which helps to complete our work faster are called inventions. Let's look at some inventions. We have some inventions like in the form of a wheel, because of wheel we can go from one place to another. It was a very important invention. Then we have ballpoint pen, which has made easy in the form of writing. Pens, before pens used to be dipped in ink again and again, but now with the help of ballpoint pens, once you start writing you can continuously go on writing. Then we have paper. What did the Chinese do? The Chinese before used paper to wrap materials, delicate materials, but now paper is used for writing. So this is a very important invention. Then we come to the importance of discoveries and inventions. How discoveries and inventions are important. Now children, discoveries have led to inventions. Okay, here it's given humans have discovered many things in nature. Very often discoveries led to inventions. Inventions generally make our lives simple. Now first, discovery takes place of anything, and then children, when something is discovered, then again the human mind thinks about many ways in which that discovery can be used. Okay, and this leads to inventions. Like here a very important example, like first children, the discovery of fire took place. After discovery of fire, now children, discovery of fire means fire was already there in nature. People discovered, found out. Then after the discovery of fire, they made the invention of stoves, matchstick, fire extinguisher, and many more things related to fire. So children, fire is a discovery, but stove, matchstick and fire extinguisher all are what? Invention. Then children, we come to the very important topic of measuring time in history. How time is measured in history. First children, before, time was measured in the form of a calendar. We all know calendar. What is a calendar? A calendar is a chart that shows the days, weeks and months of a year in an organized way. Sometimes they also contain information about various different seasons and festivals. So we all know how we calculate time, how we see the dates. First, calendars are used. Okay, now here you can see a picture of a calendar. Yes, where days and dates are mentioned, everything is mentioned. Now this is a simple calendar. This calendar does not contain the festivals, but I think at your home also you will see a calendar might be there where you can see the days are there, months are there, and also children, festival days are there and holidays are also there. So children, calendar is used to measure time in his time. Then one more important thing which is used to measure time is, yes children, it's timeline. Okay, if you all remember, it's timeline. Now what is a timeline? A timeline is a drawing with important past events marked on it. A timeline shows the important events that took place in certain periods of time and the order in which they happened. So a timeline is a drawing of a line with important past events marked on it. A timeline is a line which shows important events, okay, from the earliest to the latest. A timeline shows the important events that took place in certain periods of time and the order in which they happened. Now this timeline shows the time before the birth of Jesus Christ and after the birth of Jesus Christ. So timeline is also used to measure time in history. Now in timeline we have two very important concepts. One is BC and the other is AD. Now what is BC? BC is used to number years for events that happened before the birth of Jesus Christ. Before the birth of Jesus Christ, the events that were happened, they were termed as BC, and the events that took place after the birth of Jesus Christ, that is termed as AD. And they are written as before Christ BC and AD Anno Domini. Now it's called BCE, before Common Era, and CE, Common Era. Then children, we have then lastly we come to the last part of the chapter, and here it's given important inventions designed by children. So children, these inventions are made by children like you only. Okay, and what are the various inventions? I'll show you. These inventions are like, first we have the invention of earmuffs. What is given? Earmuff, who invented, was invented by a 15-year-old boy named Chester Greenwood. He was feeling cold even though he had wrapped a scarf around his ears. And what did he use? In order to keep himself warm, he used wire and animal fire to make the first earmuffs, and thereby earmuffs were invented. Then ice pop. How it was? It was invented by an 11-year-old boy, just an 11-year-old boy named Frank Epperson. And what did he use? How he invented, on a winter night, he left a glass of powdered soda and water outside. The soda water in the glass froze. The next morning, he found a frozen piece of ice on a stick. This gave him the idea of making flavored ice pops. So in this way, Frank Epperson, he made flavored ice pops. And trampoline, who discovered? Trampoline was discovered, this is trampoline, by a 16-year-old boy named George Nissen. He wanted to jump like the performers whom he saw in the circus. He wanted to jump, okay, and due to this he invented trampoline. Now children, these are all what? Inventions, okay, and these are made by small children. So children, with this we come to the end of the recap of the first lesson. Okay, tomorrow I'll be doing the recap of the second lesson and the third lesson. I hope it has brushed up your memory. This first lesson, the various concepts, important concepts which are there, you just recall the various concepts and you have understood it more better. Okay, so children, meet you tomorrow. Okay, take care and bye bye.